Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly videos. So, this video is a little bit different today. Actually, I think all my videos are kind of different, but for today, I just felt like there was really no appropriate topic to talk about at this time, just because I kind of just go with what I'm sensing, and I personally don't feel like, at least for me, that I would want to listen to a self-development video like how to get more money, how to have better relationships, all that kind of stuff right now, just because of what's going on. Just doesn't really make sense. And I feel this sense of like a lot of things just don't matter anymore. It's really putting into perspective what is important. And so in this video for today, this is going to be a very eclectic video. Yeah, so I'm basically just whatever I'm about to say right now is totally unplanned, as a lot of my videos are, but especially this one. I'm just gonna go with what I am sensing to say. So what I wanted to talk about in this video, what I wanted to title it is, what are you living for? And the reason why is because, like I said, I feel right now that a lot of things are being put into perspective, even for myself. And as much as, like, even for me, as much as I feel that I'm following my faith, and that's the number one most important thing to me, but I am also realizing that there are a lot of things that I was putting above my faith and I was claiming as more important. And I think during this time we really get to see, like, what are we living for? Are we living for ourselves? Are we living for our career? Are we idolizing all of these things? I think what's really cool about what's going on right now, despite the fact that there's a lot of tragedy as well, but about the whole isolating ourselves and things being closed down and all of these distractions, is that I just feel that this had to happen. I don't know about you guys, but I've really felt, especially recently, like that the world just needs to stop. The world is just, it's so worldly. We're just focused on things that are, it's like we are our own gods. We are focused on everything that is self-pleasing and how we can get ahead. And even something recently I've realized is that it can be self-serving and self-serving as well, even to just claim to be about other people and about helping other people, because it's still building ourselves and making ourselves look good. And so that's something that's just being like stripped away more and more for myself. But we're so caught up in all of these like reality TV show and sports and our careers and our comforts and everything. And now those things have been stripped away from us and the distractions have been cut off, and we're really forced to be in a place where we really need to face ourselves and we need to seek something bigger than ourselves. And I think the fact that the world could just suddenly like stop like this, it just really goes to show how much we actually don't have any control at all, how small we are, how fragile we are, how fragile our lives are, and also just how so many things don't matter. I do a lot of freelance work, so if I'm not working, I'm not getting paid. And so even little things that I've kind of made decisions on in the meantime is like removing my shellac nail polish and like having no nail polish on, just to save money because I don't know when this will be over. But even with that, what I realized is like, I was like, well, what's the point? It's just so many things just felt like, what's the point? Like I was like, I don't care about getting my nails done right now because it's just so insignificant at this moment. And even making videos on self-development even felt so insignificant. The main thing that I care about in my purpose of helping other people in different areas that is self-serving, helping people with their relationships, helping people find themselves, helping people with their careers, all of that, even in this moment, just feels so fleeting and insignificant, because there is something so much more important than that. And so I believe that despite that this is a tragedy, that there's tragedies happening all over the world right now, not that there isn't always, but this is a time where we are being forced to stay inside and to shut our doors. And a lot of people are praying and they're seeking God at this time, because they're just realizing how small and fragile we really are. I don't know if you guys have heard this before. If you're a believer, then you would have heard this before, that this life is but a vapor. So many of us pour so much into this life as if this is all that we have. And that can be very, very dangerous. I've heard a lot of people say things like, life is about, just the relationships and the memories that you build and stuff like that. And all of that sounds nice and positive and like rainbows and lollipops and stuff like that. But really, it's not. There's more than this one life here. There is an eternity. And so I believe that that's what our attention, that's why everything has stopped to get our attention. There are so many things that I could share to bring comfort to other people, in terms of like making them feel comfortable. There's so many tips that I could share about what to do in self-isolation and all of those things. But for some reason, I don't really feel led to share those things, because then that would be a distraction from seeking what's actually important, if that makes sense. I know for me, like I want to spend a lot of time just like in the outdoors, with my headphones in, listening to my worship music, and really just asking God to speak to me and show me, what does he want me to do during this time? What does he want me to say? What does he want me to share? What do I need to learn out of this time? And so I guess that's a greater message that I wanted to share, is that don't let this time go to waste. Don't let this time be a time where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna lock myself up and watch Netflix all day and like eat all of the snacks and just drink. And it's really, this is like a divine opportunity that we have been given, an awakening of people's spirits. And I would hate for someone to miss that opportunity, because they're thinking of using it as wasted time, or just time to fill in. And I've heard a lot of prophetic words about like, don't waste your talents during this time. Don't waste this time, because this is time. I've heard so many people say that they just wish the world could just stop for a moment and they could just recollect themselves, and that everything could stop. And we have now been given that time. And all of the things that we said we never had time to do before, and all of the people, I believe a lot of conversations are going to be opened up where we're going to be reconnecting. I've already reconnected with a lot of my friends from all over the world, in ways that I wouldn't have connected with them otherwise, because there was no time. There was no time. And I believe that a lot of relationships can be rekindled during this time. A lot of revelations and epiphanies can happen during this time. Awakening of our souls can happen during this time. Really understanding what's important and what we're living for. Because again, like I said, as much as I feel that my purpose is to help other people, I've even been challenged with what is really important. And I have been like idolizing my career at points, and just idolizing things that I want from God, as opposed to saying I only want God and his love for me and our relationship. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I am praying for all of my friends, my family, my coworkers and followers, anyone who watches this video. I just pray for a peace for you. I pray for a peace and then just a knowing that you are going to be okay, that your family is protected, that your friends and your loved ones are protected, that you are protected. And I pray that you seek something bigger than yourself during this time, because this is a great, great, great opportunity that I hope that no one misses out on. Actually, I'll add something else to this video. I could have ended it there, but because this is an actual sit down video, I'm just going to add a little bit more to it. I shared this in one of my stories before as well, and I also just wanted to say that it's really easy to get negative during this time and to speak negative things, especially for my friends that are freelancers and that are also losing out on money right now, to not declare those things over yourselves. Don't declare things like, this sucks, I'm gonna get sick, I'm losing money, I'm bored, I'm this, I'm that, whatever. And instead, just speaking the truth over yourself and saying, God has good plans for me, and then listing what those promises and what those plans are over our lives. like plans to, oh, I'm going to read a scripture actually, which is Jeremiah 29 verses 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So that's really important to declare that over our lives, and just praying and saying like, what plans do you have for me? What do you want to show me out of all of this? What is it that you want me to do? What is it that you want me to change? How do you want to transform me during this time? Because this is an opportunity to come out on the other side knowing what our plan, what the purpose of being on earth here is really about. We don't want to come out of this unchanged people. And the last thing that I wanted to say that could also be helpful is not having the mentality that you're thinking, when is this going to be over? Or this is going to be over any time now. It's kind of like, I kind of would always do this myself. It's like a self-protection like mechanism or something like that I would naturally do. Not looking at when are you going to get out, but actually just settling in what's going on. In settling, like almost having the mentality that I'm going to be here for a while, but this is an opportunity. As opposed to thinking, when is this going to be over? Let's hurry this up because it's going to feel so much longer. Yeah, I encourage you guys, for some things that you can do during this time, is to get outside. Obviously not like close to other people, but like go on a hike or go walk a trail or something like that. Put some music on. I love listening to different worship music, which I can share with you guys some of my favorite worship music. Even doing YouTube workouts outside, getting a skipping rope and skipping outside. Getting really creative, using this time. I've heard a lot of prophetic words about use this time to be creative and do not waste your talents. Whether you like dancing and you want to like go in your backyard and make up choreographed dances, or you like painting and you want to get all your paints out, or maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, or maybe you want to work on your business idea. There's so many different things that this time can be used for, but I know that there is definitely one major purpose. So bless you guys. I'm praying for everyone on here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will probably be doing some updates during the week as well, and I will see you guys next week, and stay safe. Mwah.